Hey, Ticats fans, we know that the coaching staff has been finalized, and we know we got a couple of new faces, and among them, Jykine Bradley, and he's with us now. And Jykine, welcome back to the Ticats. How excited are you to be back in the organization?
Oh man, I'm very excited. It's a blessing. First off, I want to give a thanks to the Most High for making everything possible. But man, it's very excited to be back where it all started from.
Where it all started, and what have you been up to since your time with the Ticats? You've been a busy man, kind of gaining your knowledge in the coaching world. But what have you been up to since your time with the
Well,
Ticats?
I started a business called Bradley Sports. I was training athletes as well as coaching at the University of Waterloo, and I had an opportunity last season to go down to Northwood University, and I coached down there. I mean, it was a great opportunity. Met some great coaches and some great mentors. Um, Leonard Hayes, the head coach, and he his best friend is Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator at Tennessee. So just got a chance to go down there and actually grow. So it was a blessing.
And so, how did this come about then? How were you? Did you approach Coach O, or how did you come to be a member of the Ticats once again?
Well, one thing, I went to Hamilton and I guest coached in 2019,
Okay.
right? So I was with Coach O, I was with Mark, and at that moment, I mean, they had a staff already together, but me and Coach O always had a conversation, and we kept in touch with each other. I always kept in touch with Mark. Those two is like my mentors, man. So now instead of calling them for advice, I got to right in the room.
What is that relationship like? You said they're like your mentors. You were here in 2019 as a guest coach. So, what is your relationship like with those men, and how do you feel like that's going to help you in this role as the DB's coach?
You know what? The relationship is awesome. I mean, when you think about those two guys, first of all, they're great men. And they great leader, man. So when I came in 2019, the guest coach, man, I was blown away by the way they coached, the style, the mindset, the way they approached the game. So that ain't gonna do nothing but allow me to come in and just grow as a coach, just being under those guys, and also bring, what I can bring to the table.
Looking at the DBs who are currently on the roster, I mean it's kind of a who's who of back there, and Richard Leonard and Tunde Adeleke, Carriel Brooks, Alden Darby. I mean, when you look at this group of guys, how do you plan on getting the best out of guys who are already kind of at the elite level of where they're at in their position?
Well, one thing is, as coaches, we never satisfied with those guys. I can tell you right now, they never satisfied. They always looking to make the next play. What can we do to make the next play? And that's where I come in, making sure attention to detail. Getting into the office. We got a conquering mentality. We want to conquer. We want to eat the food that we kill. So it's my job to go in there to get those guys, everything they need to go out there and be great. So, like I said, we never satisfied.
That I've heard that a couple of times within this organization, and you got a great assistant DB coach who's also moving on to be a special teams coordinator, and Craig Butler, and
Yes.
coach you and Coach Butts, I'm sure have some history. How do you feel like that working relationships again going to help you with these group of guys and in your role coming back into the organization?
It's going to be awesome, man. I mean, when I got the job, Bucks was one of the first guys to get shot me a text, gave me a call, congratulating me. Anything I need, he said, just give him a call. So I mean, I'm excited to work with him. Like I said, I came in 2019, and just to see Bucks get the opportunity that's well deserved, and I'm excited for him as well.
You mentioned being at the University of Waterloo, and I think there's kind of an aspect of coaching, especially these days, where I mean, these kids, a lot of these guys are doing this in a different generation. Not that you're far removed from playing, but do you
Right.
feel like that experience at the collegiate level at U Sports is going to give you something that's going to help you connect to these young men, grown men, but
Right.
men who are kind of still developing who they are as players, but also as people.
Yes, and one thing I always like to approach the game with integrity. And then I feel like if you approach the game with integrity, everything else just fall in place. No matter if you're coaching young guys or grown men, right? I mean, as long as those guys know you out there for their best interest, you coach the player hard, and that player run through the wall for you. And that's my approach, man. And the integrity don't change.
You mentioned Coach Washington. You mentioned right off the top, giving thanks to the man upstairs. And Coach Washington is someone who, as well, is not shy about his faith. And when you have
Absolutely.
somebody who can come into the organization and somebody you can rely on and somebody you can kind of lean on, not just professionally, but as a man of faith, that's got to make this decision to join this organization a lot easier.
Oh man, I mean, absolutely. Like you just said, I mean, Washington, we already been in the office getting some terminologies down, making sure we speaking the same language. But like you said, man, just a man of faith, a man of principles. And that's going when you talk about growth, that's part of it. It ain't just on the football field; it's growth off the football field as well.
Yeah. What do Ticats fans need to know about you, Jykine? What's something that if they haven't been watching, what you've been up to, what should they know about you, Coach?
A very passionate coach. You know, I love the game. I love the player. I love the organization. Just being a part of it. I understand what the fans' expectation. I understand the organization expectation. And not only that, the foundation already been laid by Coach O, and it's just built from top down. So they're gonna get a passionate coach, and I'm gonna be ready to go, man.
The facility, it's been updated since you've last been here. Your thoughts on Tim Hortons Field versus Ivor
Oh,
Wynn? Ivor Wynn was a relic, of course. We love it. We
right.
miss it, but Tim Hortons Field certainly is a little more up to date.
It is. I mean, Ivory Wanfield, it was a lot of history. We had a lot of great games in there. I mean, Tim Horton Field, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's a nice stadium. It's beautiful. But at the end of the day, guess what? Like I said, the referee gonna blow the whistle, man. We're gonna play football.
Yeah. It's
it's,
the field. The field's still 110 yards, right?
it's still 110.
Joaquin, thanks so much for doing this. It's great to connect with you. I already knew it, but you look even better in black and gold in the coach's outfit you got rocking there. I can't wait to see you at the stadium sometime soon.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Go Cats.